Hey guys, what's happening? Commander here, and we're still within the Steep beta. Now, by the time this video comes out, the beta will have closed and the game will have been released. The beta actually closed on the 21st of November and the game released on the 2nd, so it's been out for a few days now. That was one of the worries I had while playing the beta. The beta closed quite quick, quite tight to the time of the release date, so any feedback that they got from the beta period, there wasn't a lot of time to put it into the actual game before release. Thankfully though, while playing it, my experience with it was fantastic. The beta was incredibly polished. The little things that they've put in, like the snow, the night riding, the controls are brilliant. Now, I did have a few problems with the jumps, like I wasn't able to hit them whenever I was meaning to, but I think that's just myself with the trigger. I will have to get used to it, but I think the game looked incredible, felt incredible, and really did play it. It has convinced me to go out and get it. It was a game that was on my radar, but I didn't think I would do anything with it. Playing the beta has showed me that this is something that I really want. All the little things that they've put into the game have been brilliant. They've done a lot of work. You can see the trails being left behind by the snow. If you lean over too far, you'll put your arm down, there's another trail. You're kicking off snow, little snowballs and things like that. The cameras that you have for the replay are fantastic. Now, two of the modes that we go into, they're sort of like a GoPro. So if we attach one here, there. If you can hear those little clicks, that's exactly how a GoPro video would sound if it was attached to, say, the chest harness or your helmet cam while it's in its little plastic case. No reason to put that into the game, but it's great that it's there. The toggles and everything like that swaying in the wind as you're going down, the fluttering of the salopettes and the jacket, absolutely brilliant. The player model looks incredible, and I know I'm going to have a load of fun just making replays and things like that. Like being able to just share these things, just edit them the way you want, I guess. I'm going to have to mess around with it a bit more just to see exactly how much control you've got over the replays, but certainly being able to share something like that, that's class. And it should be a simple matter of just, I guess, uploading it to your Twitter or your Facebook. I'm sure that'll hook in, but I didn't get enough didn't get enough time to look into that thoroughly to see how it actually linked in. The challenges that you have across the mountain, they range from easy to hard. When we're going through hard, they really do mean hard. This one was an absolute nightmare. The idea, what was there, like 30 odd checkpoints, really tightly spaced together in trees, and you've got to hit every one of them. The hit detection for the checkpoint is vicious. That one I missed by a hair's breadth, and it must be your board or your skis that go through the checkpoint. They have to cut it. If it's your hand, no, it won't count. If you miss one, start again. This particular track I tried, I must have had about 20 restarts on it, and I kept going and going and going. But it was one of those things that, yes, it was frustrating that I couldn't get it, but it didn't put me off. I wanted to keep going. It was challenging more than frustrating, I would say. That I wasn't getting fed up with it, like in many games where you're going, oh, this is impossible, this is cheating, this is bullshit. It was, right, I need to fix my run. I need to get tighter around that tree. I need to go on a different line. And I was just having so much fun with it that I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to get it right. But you can see, like, the ones I was going through were very difficult. Can't remember if I actually completed that one. There are a load of different challenges. You have the points-based one, you have time-based one. You've got this one here, which is very interesting. How many broken bones can you get? Well, in a way, it's how was the cumulative G's that you can hit on a single crash. Naturally, you're going to go for this. Doink, doink. Silver medal straight off the bat. That was a lot of fun. But of course, we're not going to be satisfied with just silver. The load times actually for the retries, they are incredible. It's just a simple, hold the button, I want to try that again. Bang, you're right back at where you started. Absolutely brilliant. None of these long load times which would annoy you and stop you from actually trying again. This is just almost instantaneous. It's great. I did have a lot of time to try the other sports within the game. So, like I said in the last video, you've got your snowboarding, you've got your skiing, you've got your parasailing, in this case, and wingsuit. The parasailing is something I've never really looked into. I mean, I've never tried either wingsuiting or parasailing, but I've looked into, you know, the videos of the wingsuiters. They're crazy bastards. I've never had a look at anyone actually paragliding. I said parasailing, that's completely different. That's what you do it off the back of a speedboat. Apologies to that. These paragliders are just as insane as the wingsuiters. The stuff they actually do is insane, like flying this close to a bloody mountain. The paragliding was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, and maybe enjoyed it slightly more than the wingsuit, if I say. Yeah, I think I had a lot more control over the paraglider than I did over the wingsuit, which was great actually. Although again, it's hard to judge at times when you're up in the air, like where exactly you are in relation to the ground. I try to judge it based on my shadow, but sometimes I was really off and did things like that. Didn't finish the race. Now, earlier on I touched on sharing with regards to the replays. So you can share your greatest jumps, your greatest crashes, things like that. Other things you can share across the player base are runs that you make up yourself. For example, this is just an area that I found on the mountain. So I decided to go for it, see exactly where it led, and I was having a load of fun that I decided I would share it. And it's really simple to do. All we have to do is get your starting point, which is exactly where I wanted to go. I take off, and away we go. We get to an end point where we're happy with, and we'll share it. So as you're flying down, just make up your own stuff. If you think it's any good, share it out there and see what other people think. Now, I did have a little bit of a mishap there when I was in the gully. I wanted to sort of flick out, come back down it like a half pipe, but I sort of got a bit too much forward momentum, ended up on top of it. Maybe the angle of the gully wasn't right for it, but I still had a lot of fun flying down the mountain. So if you're wanting to make it a particularly difficult, look at that. Oh, wow, that was a bad landing. If you wanted to make it a particularly difficult one, then certainly stick yourself into the way of some trees, things like that, rocks. Or you could make it incredibly easy and go for like jumps. Let's see if we can like score a load of points. All depends on how the run goes, I guess. But as you're flying down, let's maybe make this one. Yeah, let's maybe make this one points. Or we could make it timed, that works as well. Although with the timed one, maybe not the best, as I slowed myself down a good bit. The sharing will use your time as the gold medal standard, which for me isn't the best, so probably points would be the way to go on that, as I did earn quite a lot of points down there. Share it out, your friends can see it, everyone on the mountain can see it, and they can give it a go. So easiest way of doing it is, here we go, there's a nice little stopping point. What we'll do now is yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Look at the wee toggles just flying in the wind. That's excellent to see. There was no need for doing something like that. They didn't even have to put the straps and things like that in, but they did, which is great. There's the little bit I was talking about with the hand coming out. What I sort of would like to see from the player model would be maybe a bit of helicoptering when he's in trouble, but I think the oh shit that he yells out at times is definitely worth it. So to share the ride, what we do here is we highlight the ride that we've just come down. Now at this point you can share the replay and things like that. What we're going to do is we're going to make it into a challenge. So there's all the different challenges that we have. We've got our freestyle, we've got the bone collector if we want to do the crashes and things like that. So we're gonna go with, yeah, I think we're gonna go with freestyle here. So boink. You can see it set out the gold points and things like that. It worked based on my one. And then it's out for the mountain. Go find it, go have fun. I'm very interested to see, fuck me. Jesus Christ. I'm very interested to see the different areas that we're going to be able to visit in the game. So, over the beta we've been in around Switzerland, so the Mont Blanc area and things like that. I actually did try to get over to Mont Blanc at one point. Now it is on the map, but there was nowhere to sort of spawn or jump over to. So it was actually me and another guy. We both ended up at the same peak and tried to paraglide over to Mont Blanc. I actually made it most of the way, and as I was coming down to where I wanted to land in order to try, I wasn't entirely over at Mont Blanc. I was going to land on a peak and then jump over to it again, take off from the paraglider and then see if I could get over a bit further. It gave me an out of bounds warning and spawned me back. So certainly from the beta I don't think there was a way of getting to Mont Blanc, but it was a nice wee thing to try. The open world is meant to be explored, find things that maybe the devs didn't think of, or maybe they did think of and put a few hidden bits and pieces into it. To close off, this is a game that went from being slightly on my radar to a must buy. The beta really did sell it for me. I think it's a testament to what companies can do with the beta periods. It was run very well. Now I did hear things from the alpha, it was a closed one, that they also did incredibly well in that they took a lot of feedback and did improve it. I would love to see what improvements they're going to make from the beta period to the full game. It's been an incredible journey and something that I highly recommend. I know that it's Ubisoft and people sort of stray away from that. That's actually something I wanted to bring up. When I went out and bought the game, now when you go through Uplay and things like that, you know you get the different points that no one really uses. What I did find out is if you're on Ubisoft Store, if you have those points, you can use them for money off the game, which I never knew about. So I did. So if you've been using Ubisoft games, I've played Assassin's Creed for years, if you've got those points, use them, get money off Steep or anything else on the store. It's fantastic. Go out there and I hope I see you on the mountain very soon. Cheers very much for watching, and until next time, Commander out.